what I'm going to do in order to try to save this, because I know I will have some fallout for this, is we're going to put some powder down to try to save this base. So I just poured some of my Cashew. Now I'm just going to loosely just brush that right down in there. While we do, this one won't take as long. It will just be extra highlighted up under here, and we'll brush it away when we finish. For this one, for green, we're going to be using one palette. It's going to be the HUDA Beauty Emerald Obsessions palette, and we will be using this color in the middle, sorry for the mirror, and then this gold color as well. So we will jump right into it. So back in with the Mary Kay eyeshadow primer. So back in with our flat shader brush. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm not a person who likes to use multiple palettes to do a look. I like to use one. So I'm gonna go in and pick up this middle color. I might have to use my finger to apply. And literally I'm just, yeah. So I've had these palettes for a long time and I just haven't used them because I've been at home. And I'm a person who likes shimmer and glitter. I typically like the pressed powders with shimmer in them, not the glittery ones, because I don't like a lot of fallout. So this one, shockingly enough, doesn't have too much fallout, which I really, really like. And we'll be still doing that same thing. With bringing the eyeshadow up, except this time we're only using 2 colors, so yay. I'm gonna move on to the other eye. And this is plenty bright for me. There are some people who would want it to show up more pigmented. You can again spray your brush like we did with the red for the gold to show up more, but this is bright enough for me. I feel like I have a Christmas tree on my eyes and I love it. So trying to get right into my lash line there. And I just personally like having a winged look. I think it gives your eye more definition and more shape. So the majority of my looks tend to have a winged liner or a winged look. And I'm going a little bit over my actual crease because again, I have hooded eyes, so it's gonna go up there anyway, whether or not I want it to. So I might as well go ahead and apply it up there. So when it's going, it has a defined line of where it went. So I'm just going to put this brush to the side and pick up our little pencil brush that we used previously. And I'm just gonna go into that same color and sculpt out my little line that I want. And I just use my little pencil brush because I just like having my lines as clean as I can possibly get them. without necessarily having to go back in with concealer or anything like that. Okay. There we go. And then we're just going to run this up under the bottom part of our eye. Right in our lash line. And we're gonna go right to that same 2/3 roughly, maybe a little bit more than 2/3, up into the part where your tear duct starts, essentially. Oh, I really like this. And make sure with this you tap off the excess. And a lot of people like to smudge it lower. I don't typically like to smudge any of my eyeshadows too low. My eyes are a little bit puffy right up under my lash line, and I feel like sometimes it tends to make me look sick or unhealthy, so I don't bring mine too low. This is low enough for me. Good, we don't have too much fallout, yay. And just so you know, fallout is not a bad thing. Well, for me personally, it's not a bad thing. To me, fallout just means that most of the time the product that you have is pretty good. It usually means that the eyeshadow is pretty buttery and easy to maneuver. So yeah, definitely don't think that if you have fallout, it's a bad thing. And so also with the pencil brush, if you see any areas that are uneven, you can go in and fill those in. I'm just trying to make sure that both sides of my eyes are pretty even. Okay. I'm gonna wipe off this pencil brush right on my little makeup wipe. So these are makeup wipes from Mary Kay. They don't have any product on them, but they just last. Like, I've only used 2 with all the removing and moving around and coconut oil that I have. And you can wash them off and reuse them, not like day after day, but if you're doing a look and it gets too much, you can clean them. They're really good. So now I'm gonna go into this gold coat, this gold greenish color here. It looks green gold on camera, but in the pan it just looks pretty gold. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna go right in my tear duct area and put this color there. And one of the reasons I like doing this is so your looks can have dimension. You don't have to use a lot of colors or eyeshadow colors to create dimension. It's just where you place them. All right. Okay. So pretty simple, very quick. And then we're just gonna move on to eyeliner. So I'm going to use an angled eyeliner brush, and this is a Morphe 217, but you can use any eyeliner brush that you want. I just like angled ones. I feel like I have more Control, and I'm using ColourPop Swerve in the gel liner. I'm using black. And I'm just going to scoop. I actually use a lot of this, you can see. And I actually take quite a bit and I put it inside the top. And I do this so I can minimize contamination with dipping it and putting it back in. I mean, this is only mine, but still. And I just typically roll around the extra on my finger. I would not do this on a client. This is just me. And I'm gonna go in and do my waterline with a gel liner. Typically, I like to use gel liners instead of eyeliner pencils because I feel like it lasts longer. My eyes tend to water, and so this lasts through my watery eyes. And then if you want extra dramatics, you can bring it in here up further and give yourself an elongated eye line if you want to. And I try to make it very thin. And then I'm just going to do my top line, top lash line. Woo. As I talk about watery eyes, my eyes are watering right now. And so I'm literally just going to use the gel liner to line my eyes. If you feel more comfortable with pencil, you can use pencil. It's just my personal preference to use gel. And I'm not going to make my wing go all the way out to the end. I'm just going to fill it in. So enough for it to be seen. And drag that in. So that's one side done. All right. So that's really it for the eyes. And then now we're going to put on lashes. So I'm just going to take my little brush and brush away all the powder that we had down to catch any of the fallout, because I don't want to be too dry up under my eyes. Yay, we didn't have any fallout. And so next we're going to do lashes. So I'm going to use my favorite House of Lashes. This is the only lash glue that I really like using. And the lashes I'm going to use are Lily Lashes. I'm going to use Rome. I don't like super big gaudy eyelashes. This look is very dramatic, but since it's dark, it's going to be hard for you to see whatever lash that you have on anyway. But I do want to give some volume to my regular lashes. How about I put it on the right eye? Next lash. Okay, lash 2. All right, eyes are done. Simple, right? So I'm gonna wipe off my lip scrub. All that stain from red. And then I'm going to line again with the same So Rare by Juvia's Place. And this time we are going to stick with a neutral. And this time, this is what the color looks like without me putting foundation on to blot out my lip color. So it's a little bit richer, a little bit browner. And I also used a heavier hand to put on the lip color this time. And I'm going to use Juvia's Place in Lady. It's another neutral. But this is a chocolate neutral, so a brown neutral. So that's this look. And I'm gonna go around my lips with concealer, a little bit of foundation, excuse me, to kind of cancel out this redness that was left over from the red lipstick. Probably should have did this one first, huh? All right, finished look.